Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Game Design Capstone presentations here at the lovely Esports Lounge in Waterloo campus. I'm here today with a great group of students who are ready to show off their excellent games that they've worked very hard on in the last 7 months. We're a great group of folks, and I can't wait to show off the games. We're going to start off first with Simon and his project, Seco. Are you ready? Well, we got to get started. All right, so feel free to tell us a little bit about your game.
So, the game was made by me. It was a solo project. Not only a solo project was made during this education process, but I suppose also one guy from my class has a solo project. So, this game was inspired by one blind person who was talking with me for about 2 years ago. And the idea of the game was just to explain how he would like to see. So, with this game, I decided to pivot a lot. So about 4 months ago, as you remember, the game was much different. And also, I was kicked from the team, so I continue my long way alone. Right. So, in this game, you play as a ghost. You follow the target from the cauldron. You live in some kind of castle and hunt some kind of NPCs, which names are Seco. So, after each kill, unfortunately, I don't hear the sounds here. Yeah, after each kill, you can just take a reward and take a new target. Cauldron explains you the lore and where are you. So about the NPCs in this field. The first, you have to know that all of them are not.
So you can warp through the walls?
Exactly.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
what sort of games influenced you in terms of the design and the mechanics?
So there are lots of lidar games like Sombra Scanner and games with blind people simulation, how they see the world.
Things, games like Uncharted Swan?
Not really.
Not really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So as you see, this game is kind of roguelike. So here you just have a target, you aim it and kill it and get the reward.
Excellent.
And the spider from
yeah, you gotta
door.
watch out for those spiders.
Yeah.
And snakes?
Yeah, snakes. Yeah.
How did you come up with the ideas for these the like set dressing and the assets?
With assets, I had only one night to rebuild the whole game. Because there was a terrible night, as you remember, when I was kicked from the team, and I really didn't want to continue work alone. But unfortunately, I was not sure that I will be able to make a great game solo. So I decided to take another style, another type of the game, and made it different. But luckily, I made pretty neat, as I remember told me, game. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Good job. No, it's excellent. Do you have any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
Not really.
No?
With the game design, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Simon. Excellent project. I mean, I think it looks super unique and solid work. Thank you.
The first two levels are a pretty basic explanation of the game. They are kind of tutorial levels. So the first level, as you remember, you have only 3 targets. The second one you have 5, and here you just understand the different NPC abilities, how they act, what traps they left after they run away, and yep, you just get familiar with the game.
Yeah, and as you progress further, there's different. You have to use different powers in order to defeat the enemies, right?
Yeah, of course. So you build you upgrade your abilities, your speed, and also there are
Look at all those upgrades.
yeah, they're all in menu, so it will be much easier to understand what is going on.
Cool.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Just kill in dark.
Kill in the dark. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, Simon. This is an excellent project. Thank you very much for showing it off. Thank you.
Do you like that?
I do. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. We're here with Pedro and Andrew to tell us a little bit about Far From the Edge. Yeah. So
Sure.
What is this game about?
Far From the Edge is an exploration survival game where you go through a cursed land and try not to be cursed while you discover what's happening in this world.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what are kind of games and inspirations that led to the development of this game?
We went through a lot of different thoughts, but the first one was Tunic because we wanted that look, but it ended up a little different, but we got the inspiration of the environment being important and everything.
Cool. Yeah, what inspired these kind of like cool visual effects and things like that?
We went for what we are most comfortable doing, to be honest, in the beginning. So like I'm more into pixel art and I try to merge that with a little of low poly. So that was the concept of the art.
Excellent. What kind of, so Tunic is a big example of at the start of games that you were influenced by. In terms of like the magic mechanics and things like that, or were any other games that kind of were influential to you?
Of course there are, but there's no specific one for this one. Like we're just trying to think what could fit good with this world and the concepts we have in the beginning. So there is no direct reference for that.
Cool. What is your favorite part of the game?
I like the waterfall.
Waterfall?
Exactly where they are, yeah.
Yeah. The waterfall is super cool.
Yeah.
I see this has changed a little bit since last time I played. So how's the like iteration process and kind of like long form development? How does that work for you?
Yeah, we had a lot of changes actually. Like in the beginning, we were going to have 7 areas, and now we have 4 big areas. Also, we get some play tests that tell us some stuff like, there's 2 paths here. It's kind of confusing for the character. So let's try to force a little more and adapt that. So we take the feedbacks very seriously, and that's helped a lot.
Excellent. I like these character concepts. They're pretty fun.
Yeah,
So what is the core like the core conflict of the game? Like what is the story?
Pretty much you are from a place that a curse has attacked, let's say, and then people are starting feeling bad about it, and you have to figure out what's happening and why that curse is going.
Okay.
So in the end, and I'm not spoiling, but pretty much like you find the orange of that, and you get to understand how to use that on your benefits.
So that flashing is him becoming crystallized?
What?
He's becoming crystallized?
Yeah, exactly. He's turning to stone as, the longer he stays in the cursed area.
Oh, terrifying. I would not want to turn to stone.
Me neither.
No? Andrew?
No, I would not want to be turned to stone.
All right. What were you? What did you work on mainly there, Pedro?
So my main attributions was art and programming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the main artist and programmer of the game.
Okay.
Yep.
And sorry, Andrew, what were your tasks here? I'll hold the microphone. You keep playing.
My main role was more level design and the sound design and also the VFX design.
Oh, cool. What's your favorite part of the game?
Definitely using the powers on each of the different interactables and also just breaking all the walls and putting things together again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of this game are the little interactable bits like that, where you come in and you kind of change the world a little bit. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I definitely like the aspect of just like having different like areas to go to and just like explore everything. My main thing is to just explore. I like doing that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the core gameplay nature of this game is an exploration gameplay, right?
100%.
Yeah. Did you ever think about adding combat to this game, or was the exploration always the goal?
The exploration was always the goal because, like, we didn't want a game that's just like, oh, kill creatures and everything. We wanted to make something different that would be more interesting for us. And since the beginning, since the pitch of the game, the idea was to go in a different world, explore, collect things. Of course, we took off the collecting part, but still the exploration is the main thing.
Excellent. Cool. Well, any funny pieces that you want to talk about your game?
I think we covered pretty much everything. Like, we enjoyed a lot making this connection between low poly and pixel art. I think in the end it works fine. Like,
I think it's pretty well, there's quite literal seams in the game, but I think you managed to match the art style well, so you can definitely feel like it's part of the same world.
yeah.
Cool. All right, well, thank you very much, Pedro. And Andrew,
Thank you very much.
thank you. All right. All right, we're back with Furkan and Crown of Domination.
Hi everybody.
Tell us a little bit about your game.
So I'm a solo developer for Crown of Domination. It's a 4 versus 4 social multiplayer RPG game where the goal is to manage this little kingdom we have against the enemy with similar powers. We have a very boring tutorial here, but it basically explains that we need to reach maximum resources while managing our kingdom. The first stage, we have a voting system where I am the player 1, and hopefully my friends will vote for me. And I am crowned king.
Yeah.
So that's the first stage of the game. As the second part, I can do a lot of management. I can promote my subjects to soldiers as the king. I can toggle friendly attack, rename my kingdom. So I want to give this freedom and social and power dynamics, because that was kind of the inspiration I had. It's fine. So the goal is to capture the flags. And we have 5 of them so far. And the enemies are ruthless.
Yeah.
And
Capturing, they've already got 2 zones.
yeah. So here's one.
All right. Capture that zone, and then I guess you got to take the fight to the red team. Oh, no, they're
Oh,
already
yes.
here.
They're here,
How
and
many
I will
sol-
leave
eh,
this fight to my subjects.
Yeah, retreating, advancing backwards, right?
I'm just glad the multiplayer works and
Yeah?
the basic bot management, because it's been a ruthless 3 months production,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also a little behind as well. But I'm just
Yes.
glad I pulled it off.
Right.
Uh,
So what sort of games influenced your game design?
That's a very interesting question, because I was more heavily inspired by historical examples of how power dynamics and influence of control affect people psychologically. And
Oh, he's a farmer.
a lot of games also don't have this dynamic,
Yeah.
as I realized. But history is full of those,
Right.
whether it's feudal, Middle Ages,
Mhm.
or any kind of government system. So that's kind of like how to simulate this experience.
Okay. How did you come up with your resource management and ideas like that?
In terms of
I got to hold it up. Like, there you go.
the assets.
Yeah, yeah. Or no, like the kind of core gameplay loop, right? So you have to collect resources in order to gain power, so that you can get your soldiers more powerful, so they can go out and fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like typical resource treadmill. What sort of games influence that idea?
Oh yeah, possibly, probably I would say World of Warcraft
Mhm.
inspired me in terms of capture the flag system, which has a room for more unique ideas.
Cool.
There could be more mini games in the future, because like updates are already coming. There's lots of features on the way.
Yeah.
This is by no means a complete game.
It's already out on itch.
Yes.
Yeah, you can play it now. Cool. How does the winning system work?
The winning system, basically, there are these bars for the red kingdom and the blue kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and basically whoever reaches the maximum score wins.
Okay.
It's based off of capturing the zones. So the enemy already captured 4 of them, so they're exponentially stronger in terms of resource incrementation. So I got a request.
Oh yeah, you got to.
But-
How does that work?
Basically, they request a role in the player panel,
Okay.
and I can actually
You can promote or demote them depending
demote
on what
them
you
to
want.
pawns.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it demote for pawns, because they are the backbone of the kingdom.
Oh,
they're
sure.
resource managers.
Yeah.
I think they're significant, although they may not seem like it yet.
Yeah, but the soldier, you get to go fight people.
Yeah, well,
That's a big part of video games.
that's true. And there's the spectation, where I can spectate my subject.
Cool. All
Let's see how.
Oh, you can watch them, see what they're up to.
Yep. Just promoted to soldier.
Yeah, go capture those zones. The king is watching. Cool. Oh, the red team wins. Oh well.
Unfortunately.
Any final thoughts, Furkan, before?
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for enjoying and watching my game.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're back with Team Crystal Core, who we have.
Hunter.
Layla.
Nico.
All right. And what type of game have you folks built?
We have built deck building, card-based roguelike kind of game.
Excellent. Let's take a look. So Layla, what were the primary influences for this game?
Well, first we thought about our skills. It first
Mhm.
started off with me and Hunter here. Hunter
Okay.
is a great programmer. He really wanted to do something in 3D, but I was still very underdeveloped in 3D art environments, so it needed to be 2D. So then we went with something kind of with like a 2.5D with like 2D sprite environment with a parallax background,
Cool.
but still 3D environment. And then Nico joined the team, and he did the character design and all the UI art. So we wanted to go with something kind of like Slay the Spire as a good like base or reference.
Right.
So we went with the same type of mechanics, but instead of a deck builder, we went with something that you can trade out different cards as you progress. So
Right.
you can get better cards rather than upgrade them. You can replace them, and you have to be very particular on what kind of build you want to go with.
Oh, cool. Excellent. It sounds like a very cool game. What influenced the art style and the kind of like very vibrant colors?
I wanted to go with something that was unique, and I guess I kind of just really like the cartoon style. I tried finding references like Shroom and Gloom, but everything was quite pale, so I thought to be unique, I wanted to be very, very vibrant. I like mushrooms, so I added mushrooms.
No, they're super cool. They're cool looking mushrooms. Excellent work. And Nico.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good.
Yep.
I just want to talk a little bit of the character design aspect.
Sure thing.
I've never actually drawn in a style like this, so it was very interesting to explore this idea. And I based my character designs fully on the environmental art at first.
Okay.
And which is kind of a difficult task because in the art aspect you can use a lot of gradients and make it rendered. However, for the character design, it has to look concise. And the way I did it in the end is I wanted to get it into like a painterly look where it looks unfinished, but still finished enough so it fits perfectly into the game. And that way I just rendered the characters to like a halfway aspect.
Right.
And similarly for other elements like UI, I made it so that it looks halfway rendered, but still fits perfectly into the environment of the world.
Cool. What's your favorite card?
My favorite card is Headbutt because
Headbutt?
it looks cool. It makes a lot of damage and it's
Right.
funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's very funny. What about you, Layla? What's your favorite card?
My favorite card is Blue Frog.
Blue Frog? Yes, Blue Frog is a
It-
classic one.
It allows you to turn any enemy into a fantastic little blue frog that does absolutely nothing. It's
No.
just chilling there.
Just chilling. Yeah, no, that seems like the most powerful card in the game.
It is. It's a little broken right now, but it's extremely rare to get it.
No. It used to be part of the standard pack. You guys removed that ability?
No, it's
No?
still there. It's just a mythic card. So there's different rarities of cards. There's commons, rares, and mythics. Like right here, he's selecting. They're all they're all mythic. Those ones. No, except
Oh,
for the
wow.
middle one. But there's different rarities, and the percentage of the chance that you can get the mythic ones are a lot lower than the other ones.
Cool.
We also have something called relics in the game.
Ooh.
Relics give you permanent buffs throughout your run,
Mhm.
and there's many different kinds.
Cool. Yeah, like that crown is a relic?
Yes, that
Oh, you
counts
bet-
relic.
Refuse it. No, collect it. Nice. Why would you refuse a relic?
Some
Sorry?
It's based off points in the background. If you collect more relics,
Yeah.
it gives you less points.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
So the more stressful you make the game for yourself, the better it is for you.
Okay. So you got to ride the line of stress as much as possible in
Yeah.
order to
Like if you get
maximize gameplay?
the scoring is based on how fast you beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few different points that can like make you want to play as.
Cool.
It's based on kills. So if you pick a route that has more enemies, you're gonna
Mhm.
get more points. It's based off time, and it's based off how much gold you have at the end. So if you spend all of your gold in a shop, you're not gonna get any points those gold's gonna give you.
Oh, okay. Cool. What's your favorite kind of card?
Mine is Iron Skin.
Iron Skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doubles all your armor.
Cool.
And while playtesting, we got the armor to about 1.8 billion.
1.8 billion. That's pretty good.
And
As soon as you start getting like multiplication involved, things get silly very quickly, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got rid of all of our attack cards.
Right.
So when you're fighting a boss that's just slowly scaling up,
Yeah.
and you can't do any damage to it,
Yeah.
kind of goes on for a while.
Uh-huh.
And then we added
Then
these cards, Shield Bash.
shield bash, yeah.
And there's another one. They deal damage based off of the armor you have.
Right. So that's one of the build options you could do is kind of like build up your armor and then play something like shield bash.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Excellent. Any other key elements you want to discuss about the game?
What key elements have you guys talked about?
Oh, right. Yeah, the whole point of the game is you're basically in this world kind of like Dark Crystal, where there
nice.
is this big, powerful crystal that's kind of like the life of the entire world,
Right.
but it's being corrupted by something. So as the barbarian character, you were sent by like your dead sister to go and find this crystal and basically purify it. So this entire journey is you making it to that mountain in the background where the crystal is to then defeat the boss and save the world. That's the whole point of this game.
Obviously, if you're going to have an ominous mountain in the background, that's where you're moving towards.
Of course, that's where you gotta go.
Cool. And Nico, any?
I also want to talk a little bit about the struggles we had with the game.
Sure.
In a sense, our game is now very inspired by how traditional JRPGs work, where you get stronger over time.
Mm-hmm.
And while there is the card collecting aspect, with everyone loves cards
Yep.
and collecting them, we just want to make the cards as strong as possible the more you progress. At the same time, though, the enemies get much stronger, and at the final boss, for example, you will definitely struggle. So you have to plan accordingly when to use which card at the same time, while looking at all the enemy health aspects, what buffs there are, and what kind of cards you might get in the next turn.
Cool. So it adds a layer of strategy to it.
Yeah.
Excellent. And these are mini bosses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are elite fights.
Cool.
So they'll be a little bit stronger than your normal fights. And it's just meant to make your health go down a lot quicker.
Right. Yeah, that's the goal of the enemies, to winnow your health down. Yeah. Before the final boss.
Now, I just want to shout out. We have two other people on this team. We have one art student who did help out with the card art, and then we had another person who does the marketing. So she made
cool.
these T-shirts,
Yeah, they're excellent.
and she is handling all the Steam page and all that stuff. She's doing really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're not here today, but they're still very much on the team.
Cool. All right. Well, any final thoughts?
Animating every enemy was hard.
Yep.
It sucked.
Yeah.
But overall, I am very proud of the game so far, and I think the entire team has done an excellent job.
100%. Thank you. Any final thoughts, Nico?
Thank you.
Thank you. And Hunter?
That's it for me.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you very much, team. Team Crystal Core. Woo. Here we are with Team Nebula, the Space Symphony. And we'll go down the line. Who are the team members?
Yeah, I'm the team members. Hello, so I'm Tarcio, my name.
My name is Vaintan.
My name's Tom.
I'm Arjun.
My name's Ariane.
I'm Cameron.
Yeah. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your game? Feel
Sure.
free to get
So, Nebula the Space Symphony is a sci-fi rhythm game. The main protagonist is called Nebula, that why it have its name. And she plays the music through the space, building the entire universe. So our differentiation from the game is that not only it is a rhythm game, but it's also a game that you can build stuff around it. So for now, we only have to build the planets, but when you hit the specific nodes, you gather the purple energy in the back, which we call the galaxy energy. And if you gather enough, because some people can't, but if you get enough, you construct your planet in the background.
Cool.
So for now, the planet have 3 phases. You can build all around it, and it's kind of hard to get in the third one, to be honest. I kind of struggle sometimes to get it.
Sure.
But that's the objective of the game. So whichever gets the high scores and build the most things in the background wins. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
So you better lock in, Cameron. We want to see some of these planets.
Yeah, please.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. The
Yeah,
first
here's the
planet just
first
showed
one.
up. Hey,
Exactly.
cool. Cool.
What I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
What did you just say?
So the first planet showed up there, and the planets sort of animate up into the game view,
Cool.
and then each new planet that you get gets bigger and adds more detail to the planets as it evolves.
Cool. Excellent.
Yep. So Vincent, do you want to
Vincent.
talk us about the
Yeah.
mechanic and programming?
Yeah, definitely. I'm the programmer of my team, and I did a lot of different programming stuff. I added settings, tutorial, and all the mechanics for each node.
Whoa.
There are a lot of different node system different types of node system in our game. So if you click the purple node for 5 times in a row, you can see a lot of different effects in our game. And whenever you hit lots of nodes, you can see a planet which is showing in front of the screen. And that's it from me.
Cool.
Thank
you. And Tom, what did you work on this project?
Alright, I'm Tom, and I'm responsible for the live show that is currently on the screen now.
Yeah.
So basically, my job is to escalate the gaming experience, on top of the mechanics and stuff. So I got to go out of my way to try something new. So this.
Yeah. No. It definitely the. Oh, is that the third planet?
Yeah.
Final phase. Oh, that looks super cool. Thank you, Arjun. What was your job on this project?
I mostly worked on the UI of the game.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I wanted to make everything consistent without deviating much from the concept.
Right.
So, yeah, that was my part.
Great work. It looks great. And Ariane, what were you responsible for on this
I was
project?
responsible for the materials and the 3D models in the game.
Cool.
So the board, ramp, and the drums on the side, the notes, the planets, are all the models that I made.
Excellent.
So I worked really hard on making the planets very different from each other. So the 3 phases were done with a lot of textures and materials
Cool.
to make them look as good as they are. And I'm very glad of the final project.
Cool. Great work. And Cameron, what was your responsibility on this project?
So I did the marketing for this project. So we have over there posters and business cards printed off.
Cool.
Aaron kind of helped with the art of those, but we got those printed off this morning. I worked on the prototype for the controller that we have, but Tarcio ended up making the final version here. But I do have the prototype with me.
Cool.
And I also did a lot of concept art for the buttons and some of the UI as well.
Cool. Thank you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this prototype?
Yeah. So as Cameron mentioned to you, we have the controller that I can show you here. Can you hold this for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the controller is totally functional. You have the keynotes, one for each of the game they have. So green, blue, red, and yellow.
Okay.
Each of the keys follow the lane.
Okay.
You can press it to play it. It works pretty fine. We just work in the visuals here. Each of the visuals show a specific lane, and
Okay.
we try to emulate as much as possible from the original game.
Yeah.
We thought about doing this controller. It works. You just plug in here with this cable in the computer.
Oh, cool.
And then it works fine. We talk about doing this controller because we think it brings like a lot of more fun. Because we have a lot of the games around here that shows they have a personal controller, so why can't we have one too?
Exactly.
And it's really much fun to play with the controller itself. The game works with a regular keyboard or any kind of keyboards that you want,
Right.
but the controller is made for the game, so it's pretty much fun to play
Cool.
it.
Can you tell me a little bit about the symbols on here?
Yeah, so we did these symbols. They're the same symbols that are shown in the notes.
Okay.
These are pretty much astronomical symbols
Okay.
that we did a redoing of it. Ari, that's our artist, help us a lot with that. And the symbols doesn't mean anything specifically. It's just a remake of the original ones. For example, I know the middle one is the symbol for Jupiter, the
Right.
planet.
Right.
We just redo in a way that is called like it matches our game.
Oh,
And
cool.
all the symbols are pretty much it. They're like astronomical symbols, redoing in a good way that we like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, we're really proud of the game.
Yeah.
We went through like to a lot of things to do it, but we all think the final thing is really, really good. All of us work so hard on that. It's available on the itch.io already.
Oh, excellent.
So if you guys look for the Nebula Space Symphony, you can have it. We also have a trailer, which is also in the itch.io page. You can talk to the YouTuber about that.
Cool.
And we're really proud of the final results of that.
Awesome.
Do you
Excellent
guys
work.
want to give?
I also worked on the trailer, kind of helped for the marketing as
Good.
well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cameron.
Do you guys want to give any last considerations?
You all good?
Not that much, but I'm so proud of making this game.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be. No, you
Yeah.
folks did a good job. You really
Yeah.
pulled it together. So excellent work. Thank you very much, Team Nebula.
Thank you so much, team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we're here with Team Vampire Annihilators with Jacob and you got to use into the microphone.
Ryder.
And
I'm Max.
yeah, and tell us a little bit about your game.
So Vampire Annihilator is a Metroidvania heavily inspired by Castlevania and Blasphemous. So I've always wanted to make a Metroidvania like this.
Okay.
So it's a mashup between Gothic themes
Yeah.
and a lot of sci-fi themes. Basically, you're a robot from the government sent to kill Dracula.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's fire it up. Oh, all right. I'll do the tutorial first. Sure. You got the cool tutorial art.
Oh yeah.
So what? I have a guess, but what sort of games influenced the gameplay of this?
I'm not 100% sure. It might have been Castlevania.
Maybe a little Castlevania?
Just
yeah.
a little bit. But other than Castlevania, our main movement mechanic stuff, that's heavily Hollow Knight inspired.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Loved Silk Song. So like we started playing it not playing it, making it when Silk Song came out.
Yeah.
So a lot of inspiration from Silk Song.
Yeah, no. I mean, Silk Song has really set the state of the art of kind of like platform mechanics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then other than Hollow Knight, Blasphemous, I took some mechanics from Blasphemous for sure. I really, really wanted to do some style for like the art style from Blasphemous, but I couldn't put that on my artist because it's so above and beyond.
Oh yeah.
But I'm still really proud of what our artist did.
Yeah, speaking of your artist team,
They're not here right now.
They're not here right now, but can you shout them out?
Dylan, Peyton, Kai, I know you're not here right now, but we miss you so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you, artists.
Yeah, thanks to the artists. All right. So why sci-fi theme with the Dracula fights?
Well, I was thinking Castlevania, right? I didn't just want to make another Castlevania.
Sure.
So I figured, how could I differ this from that Gothic theme? What's like the opposite of Gothic?
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like Castlevania's kind of like older times, 19,000s, right?
Right.
What if I just tripled that, right? So took a lot of sci-fi inspiration.
Okay.
The part of this that you're playing is like the introduction to Symphony of the Night, where it's like a playthrough of the game as Richter before you actually go in as Alucard.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's like a prequel, right?
Right.
In-game prequel.
Cool.
So eventually, all of the enemies that have these mechanical parts, so like the zombie with the big arm, the Dracatau with the auto lock system, I think is what it was.
Right.
They get upgraded because Dracula right now, he's just testing with the tech.
Right.
It's like Dracula's just a nuisance before, right?
Right.
And then he's starting to get his hands on more tech, and he's starting to become an actual problem, right?
Cybernetic Dracula is terrifying.
So scary.
Cool. All right. Ash.
Hello.
What did you do on this project?
So I did a lot of the like background artwork, and I was working really closely with the game artists this whole time, setting the stage, making sure we really got the gothic, cybernetic almost aesthetic through there. It was a lot of work meshing those two styles together because they're so different and they're kind of complete opposites. But I feel like we really got something that flows really well for the final product.
Right. I think the tutorial level certainly helped set the cybernetic kind of idea to it, and then when you get to Dracula's castle and all the even more abominable abominations that Dracula has used cybernetic tech for, I think sells the idea really well.
Absolutely.
Oh no, watch out for that guy. He's coming right at you.
Getting rough right now.
Ryder.
Hello.
Hello. What did you work on this project?
I worked a lot on the Warg and on the Dracula fight.
Oh, cool.
Speaking
of.
Yeah. And then closer to the end of it, I worked on the particle systems.
Oh.
So giving the player some particles, Dracula particles, all the different enemies. Yeah.
Cool. And Max, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you worked on this project while you fight Dracula himself?
I'm gonna try to use my brain for both of this right now, but yeah. So I actually animated our zombie. I animated our main character. I animated our little fire guy that flies around, and I was the one who built the tutorial.
Cool.
So I wasn't the one who did all the nice writing and the background. You could thank Ash. Yeah, you could thank Kai, Dylan, and Peyton for that.
Cool.
But I was the one who laid out the map, put all that together.
Excellent.
And yeah, I'm just really proud of our whole entire team and how we became just something small. Something simple, and then we turned out to create something like this for a game from the ground up, starting off as a 0 to become a big number. We've done a lot.
Yeah, you did an excellent job. No, it looks great. Thank you very much. All right, Jacob, any final thoughts for Vampire Annihilators?
Well, like Max said, I'm very proud of where we come. It's a big difference from a capsule on a floating platform.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I'm super proud of it. The team did a great job. All of the code was a hassle to start with, but it's got where it's got, and I'm kind of proud of it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, good work, team.
Thank
Excellent job. And yeah, any other final thoughts, or we're good? All right. Well, thank you very much, Team Vampire Annihilators. All right, last, most certainly not least, we have Nikita with Toy World's Atlas.
Hello.
Hello. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your game?
Yes, of course. It's more of a toy than a game. However, technically it's coloring book-based puzzle game, which uses toy aesthetics and overall toy principle. You have 8 puzzles, which are again technically coloring books, and still there is also some conditions that you need to meet during playing. Like in this puzzle, you have notes attached to colorants that you choose, and then you need to choose to use just a particular number of notes, not to make it too loud. Like here there is no sound, but at the end the sound is not essential to solving the puzzle itself. It's more like a juice or aesthetic. And then you have different mechanic at each puzzle, different juice effects, which are pretty important to the toyishness of the aesthetic. And after you complete a coloring page, you should put your name, and each of those creatures, they will display in a separate thing where it is showcase design, so different players can return to their bugs and see how other players inputted a different solution. So like there is some sort of local multiplayer to that.
Yeah, so you can have you can create different like kind of like mixtures of the bugs, and then they end up showing up in the orangery with different names depending on who creates them.
Exactly. Yes. So like I can demonstrate now.
Cool.
That I created 2 dragonflies, and here both of them. And in addition to that, when 2 types of bugs collide, they create some effects for the juice of it.
Cool. How important was it to create a sense of like whimsy and kind of lighthearted fun in the game?
I'd say that was one of two crucial things, besides having some intellectual reference to that. On one side you have reference to philosophy or color theory or psychology, but for people who do not want to engage with that, there is also an element of you press a button and something happens, so it's still fun, even if I'm not in a mood to engage with something serious. And that what defines this game as a toy game rather than a game.
Cool. So what are some games that or other, I guess, toy-style games that influenced your game?
I'd say the primary style and feel reference would be games like Metamorphobet or Windowsill from the same developer. However, Nobi Nobi Boy was a strong influence. Also, with some pages I drew from concrete games like Loco Roco, where I have amoeba who sings and splits into pieces and then can gather. That's a direct reference to Loco Roco. So more or less like childish, but with some serious note games. While with toys, of course, a coloring book, and with one puzzle I also used Kaleidoscope as a reference. I was curious to explore some sort of, so to say, boundaries of games and how much toyishness you can import into a game but still keep it as a game rather than something else.
So main concepts being like the intersection between colors and color theory and kind of like overarching like philosophical ideas for individual coloring book pages, I suppose?
Yeah, exactly. It is like you have coloring pages and you can create color combinations that you like, and at the same time, optionally and demandingly, the intention was to provide some insight rather in terms of erudition than cognitive training, like some cognitive training apps do.
An incomprehensibly evil ghost that seeps into reality sounds absolutely terrifying.
It can be, yes, a bit, but then I tried to make it, if it is scary, it should be scary in, like a toy can be scary. It's scary, but it is funny scary, or cozy scary.
Right. What is your favorite coloring book page?
I think this will be the next. It is spider.
Spider, yeah.
It is, I think definitely it's the most complicated thing that I coded in this game, and at the same time it draws some confusion, it causes some confusion to players. So I put a lot of effort into making it as accessible as I can. You have tutorials and hints, and the tutorial is animated plays at the start. So I see a positive effect on the effort I put, while overall the surrealness of this particular puzzle makes it my favorite, and I think it looks really weird and really unusual, and this is like the puzzles that I meant when I was talking about a kaleidoscope. So it basically combines two types of toys, and I think and that's why it's my favorite.
I like the incidental flying objects in the background as well. That's pretty fun.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a work of an animator who is doing their work placement at my project, so thanks to them for that.
Cool. Excellent. Any other things you want to chat about this project?
I will be happy to present it at Level Up tomorrow. I'm looking forward to see how many players play it, and then they can review their contributions in the Orangery. Like, I didn't have a huge experiment with that until now, so I'm pretty excited and curious.
Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of bugs crawling around in the Orangery. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah,
excellent.
absolutely.
All right, well, thank you very much, Nikita.
Thank you.
Anything else, or?
No, I think
good.
everything. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you. All right. And thank you very much. That's it for presentations for this year. What a great group of games. You all worked incredibly hard. I can't believe that we got this far. So I'm very proud to see the hard work that you did to create these projects. So good job on you all. And that'll be all from us today at Waterloo campus. Thank you very much. Woo!